Oh my god, guys, the drama involved in getting this beautiful feast. I'll let you know in a second. First, I just want to take this in because it looks delicious. Delicious as heck. Might get messy in here. Wow. So I got myself a whole Middle Eastern feast here, tons of different foods. I just went on Seamless and just typed in like Middle Eastern food and got from the best looking restaurant I could with the most variety of items. So we got, well, this puddle right here is, I think, hummus mixed with like some kind of eggplant mash thing. What is that? Baba ganoush or is that moussaka? I don't know, but it's like hummus and eggplant, and they were actually separate when I got it, but they were in this like little container here, and they all mixed together when it came out, which is fine because it tastes amazing. We have this little hand pie thing, which is really just pita folded over, but it is full of cheese and some kind of za'atar seasoning, I think. Stuffed grape leaves. Dessert, which is harissa, is what it said on the menu, but I thought harissa was a seasoning for like chicken and meats, because I have some harissa seasoning in my fridge right now, and it's not a dessert. I've used it for pizza and chicken sandwiches. I got the mixed grill of meats, which is, I think there's lamb, chicken, there's beef in here somewhere. Got some falafel that I'm really excited about because I love falafel, a little salad, and a cheese hand pie and a meat hand pie. And I don't even know where to start. I'm going to start with this little pie. Warm, fluffy pita bread. Tangy, salty feta. I don't even know how to describe this za'atar seasoning, but beautiful blend of seasoning. So simple yet such a delicious combo. I gotta try. Listen to how crispy that is. Beautiful. Oh, I love chickpeas. This is good. Moist on the inside, crispy on the outside, falafel. Super great with this mixture. Wow. Guys, it was hard to order this. When I got home from my like morning exercise, I try to walk like 10 to 20 miles every day, and then I do a spin class at home. But I got home from my morning walk, leave about 6 o'clock in the morning, got home a little bit after 10. My neighbor was sitting out in front of his apartment. As he often is, unfortunately often smoking a cigarette and talking on the phone. But so I quickly go inside to avoid him and go about my business, edit some videos, do some work, do my spin class. He's still out there, and now he's on the phone talking about how he's been exposed to COVID-19. What? And then now I have to whisper so they don't hear through the wall. Then like him and his wife are out there yelling at each other as they're putting up Christmas decorations. I'm like, the more you yell, the more you're projecting COVID everywhere, and I don't want to order my food because I have to go downstairs to get it and walk through your disease cloud. So I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited and waited, waited like an extra hour to order it, and then I order it and it comes right back out and start talking again. Luckily he went right back inside just before I had to go down and meet the driver with the food. I ain't trying to lose my sense of taste. I mean, I ain't trying to die either. But this food comforts me. This chicken is good. I'm getting lime in there, which I really love. I don't want my life to be at risk because of the irresponsibility and stupidity of others. Let's try some lamb. The lamb is amazing. The chicken's good. The lamb is amazing. So rich and flavorful. Why are other cultures' foods so much more flavorful than like the Western tradition of flavors? Not that there's not good Western food, but I guess access to plants and spices, which is why the spice trade was such a huge deal back. I mean, still, but now that modern transportation exists, it's not. And modern agricultural methods exist. You can grow more things anywhere, but cheese pie. I love carbs wrapped around anything. Dough's nice and fluffy. It's kind of like folded over on itself on a layer of cheese. So it's not like oozing with cheese, but it's very pleasant. And there's a salty, cheesy flavor. I do like it. I'll spread them kind of like slightly dry things. I'm gonna get myself some water in a minute. I got some beef. You guys know what I saw this morning that was wild? Well, not wild by my standards, or anyone's standards, I guess, but so I'm walking in Prospect Park, which is where a lot of people like exercise in the mornings. And there are these cyclists who do like the ring road of the park. And they go so hard and they wear their little spandex and they think they're in the Tour de France. And I saw one of them run into another. And they both go down, and one of them's an older lady and she's screaming. But they get up there both fine, and the older lady starts screaming like, because of you, because you didn't get over, I'm gonna be sore for weeks now. Like, okay. Grape leaf stuffed with rice and seasoning, I think. Very tangy. I like this grape leaf. But the lady eventually runs out of gas on her yelling, and I guess she was right because the other guy's not fighting back. He's just quietly taking his verbal beating. And she rides away, and then she turns around and she comes back, starts screaming again. And this time he's like getting out his wallet, and I guess she was like asking him for ID or like, how can I contact you when I need to order my new bike pants because these are all scraped up so I can get you to compensate me for them or something. I don't know. That was at the same spot in the park where it was last year or the year before, a person set themselves on fire and ultimately killed themselves to protest fossil fuel usage. I think they could have done more good alive, but I think there were like mental issues at play there. They were like a famous environmental attorney, though. Sad. A bunch of trees were planted in their honor. Oh man, I love pita. Just pita and cheese. And everything I ordered was so cheap. These pies are $2. This was $2. All these grape leaves were $2. I think the mixed grill was $18, but that's a lot of meat. This was just free. Salad was free, just showed up. I didn't You know, it's part of it. It's good and crunchy though. And the place that the guy set himself on fire in is near where I saw, and this is the only time I've seen a dead body out and about in New York City. There was a homeless guy who I take these early morning walks, and he was just dead in the woods by the side of the road, side of the trail. That was back in like April. Luckily, some other people had just stumbled upon him and had called 911, but he was long gone, or, you know, from the night before. Wild, sad. To go alone in the middle of a pandemic in the woods of a park because you're homeless. I mean, to go alone anywhere, but we usually don't get much of a choice. I guess alone in my sleep would be ideal. Because I've heard so many things about, well, I don't want to make this too negative, but the restlessness and tearing at your own skin if you're awake, you know, during the process. Just enjoy, hopefully, the years I have left. And thank God for these pies, because they'll make it better. How do I get this on this track? Let's just break this one open. This one's supposed to be meat. Oh yeah, that's a little bit more stuff than the other one. Let's get some of this on here. Oh, it's meat and cheese, I think. This meat is so flavorful. Yeah, as a Midwest cracker boy, you know, you grow up in a lack of culture. And I'm not saying other people, but me and a lot of people I know grow up in a lack of culture where, like, your idea of flavorful food is chicken on a grill with some KC Master barbecue sauce poured over it. That ain't nothing. This is where it's at. Why was this being hidden from us? Probably because we're evil and would take it for our own. But don't worry, I will just appreciate it and steal flavorings from it, but in a way to honor it. The seasoning on the lamb and the beef is to die for, and the way that, like, tangy, sharp, contrasting flavors go through each dish. Nothing is single note. And there are so many different textures that play, like glutinous and soft. Slightly crispy fried meats, grilled meats. Fluffy and doughy. Gooey, oozy. Oh, so crispy. I'm very excited about the dessert. Looks like flan. Flan? I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, falafel's the best. I made a falafel pizza in the summer. I think it's one of the best pizzas I ever made. I had made homemade tzatziki cucumber sauce, kind of. And I used that as the sauce of the pizza. Plus, I mixed it, like, stirred in some Just kind of simple tomato basil sauce. Mix it together, and just this pink, wonderful tomato, cucumber, and what's the base of that? Sour cream? Something like that sauce. Oh my gosh. And then halved or quartered the balls of falafel and put them on top of there, like red onion too. Feta cheese. It's like a light amount of cheese on top. Thin crust. The Mediterranean and the Middle East are amazing flavors. I don't even really know what like America can claim as its own. Everything came from somewhere else. You even think of like hot dogs, and like hot dogs are just an Americanization and variation of the German dishes. As are like burgers, and of course pizza, more Italian. Everything is from somewhere else, which is fine. And I love being in a place where you can mix and match them all. Maybe the most American, because it's a variation, but it's so far gone from the original. It's a type of pizza. If you think about types of pizzas, what do you got? You got like New York City, New Haven, St. Louis, other regional types. Detroit. Detroit's a little bit different, but it's kind of like Sicilian style pizza. But then there's Chicago deep dish. Not Chicago tavern style, because that's still like a thin crust and kind of similar to the Italian roots. But deep dish, what is that? Maybe there's some Italian dish that I don't know that is inspired by. But it's more like an actual pie than a pizza. Because it's so deep and the crust is folded in all the way to the bottom. Layers of meat and cheese. Or like a casserole. In fact, maybe casseroles are American. I never see anything like, go to Finland and get the traditional casserole. I don't quite know where they came from. I'm sure there are other things from the before times, before the internet and easy travel helped meld the world together. If you look in old American cookbooks, you'll find things for savory jello molds and these disgusting foods people ate in the 1950s. Why are you eating jello and olives together? What were people doing? I guess when you don't have exposure to other foods, though, weird stuff like that can happen. This meat is so good. It was so filling. I need to make sure I save room for dessert. And all this dough. Sorry about all the sirens going off in the background. If you can hear it on the mic, I'm not sure, but it may sound like there's an air raid going on, like maybe we're finally being attacked by the Russians or the Chinese. Perhaps the coup is happening and federal troops are invading caring, thoughtful, reasonable states because we voted for human beings instead of for corporations. But no, that's not it. It's just the start of the Sabbath. So crazy religious people set off these alarms to tell them when sunset is so they know that they are supposed to stop working. And then they all gun the engines on their minivans trying to get where they're supposed to go fast enough. Because they're not supposed to be driving anymore. Wow. Religion is terrible. It sets people back, keeps society apart, creates evil and selfishness. And enables people to set off air raid sirens, which are illegal, but are put up with by law enforcement because if you did anything about it, people would say that you're doing something against religion. I hate the world so much sometimes. But I love this chicken so much. I need to get into the rice. The rice is really good, like all the oil from the meat kind of dripped down onto it and flavored it. This is such like a light, nice palate cleanser in between meat bites. I say light, it's light in flavor, but ooh, it is heavy in stomach feel. Plus all this bread. And I'm on the struggle bus now. Gotta make sure I save room for dessert. What's your guys' like favorite Middle Easternish food? I'll admit I don't really know a lot about it. I'm just like grilled meats, shish kebab, baba ganoush, grape leaves. And a lot of what I know like blends in with Mediterranean food in general, like falafel. Like you can order falafel from a Greek restaurant too. I'm sure everything has different names, you know, depending on what country is claiming it. Lord, I'm getting full. But it doesn't matter where something is from or what you call it, as long as you enjoy it and appreciate the gift that is given unto you. And I appreciate this gift of good food. Should I go for the dessert? So jiggly. I think this is like honey that was in it. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Okay, let me just finish this falafel and then we're going to try this dessert because I can't make it through all that meat. I may have over-ordered a little bit. But I just wanted to try so many different things. Okay, let's go. What a light, beautiful texture. Fluffy and honey. It's like a super airy custard. Oh, oops. a sponge of deliciousness. Mmm. Oh, in the middle is even creamier because I guess it's the last part to really set. The middle, y'all. So thick and creamy. And this is called harissa? I had to look up what harissa means because I thought it was a savory thing. But hey, in English we have lots of words that mean multiple contradictory things, or similar but not names, like park and park. Like, oh, park your car, or we're going to the park. Where did that come from? Was it because the field you put your cars in originally was called a park? Like the field you would play in? Or is it the other way around? I don't know. I'm not a linguist, an etymologist. Wait, no, entomologist is a bug person, right? I don't know. I'm food inebriated now. Thank you for sharing in this Middle East Arabic something feast. So tasty, so filling. Tummy hurts. I'm gonna go. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all.